Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me to discuss the launch of the QQQ Invesco Innovation Suite is John Hoffman, Head of America's ETFs and Index Strategies at Invesco, and Sean Wasserman, Vice President and Head of Index and Advisory Services at Nasdaq. Gentlemen, congratulations on the launch and welcome to Trade Talks. And John, I'm going to kick it off with you. Tell us about the QQQ Invesco Innovation Suite.
Sure. So today we're building on the iconic brand of the Invesco QQQ, expanding our partnership with Nasdaq, and this new suite that we launched today, which is comprised of four new funds, is a one-stop shop to innovation. So the QQQM, which we refer to as the mini Qs, trades at a lower share price than QQQ, and it has a lower fee than QQQ. We also launched QQQJ, which enables investors to buy the future of innovation. So the next generation of innovative companies, the up-and-comers. So the QQQ and the QQQM invests in the names that you know and love today. And QQQJ is like the mid-cap version of that, the future innovators. And we also launched a Nasdaq 100 tracking mutual fund and a UIT that applies a fundamental screen to the index, so a slightly more concentrated exposure than the Nasdaq 100. And so, Jill, this is really about providing investors more choice, more ways to invest in the most innovative companies and to participate in the growth that is fueled by innovation, and making it simpler to invest in the companies that are transforming their industries.
So what do these products do and what type of investors do they target?
Yeah, so it's really about providing investors more choice, more ways to invest in the most innovative companies, more customization, more precision on the things that matter most to you. Jill, if I were to draw a parallel to the automobile industry or cars and trucks, look, there's large size, small size, there's high efficiency, there's luxury, there's standard, there's all of these different characteristics in the car experience. And our research shows that when investors are looking at ETFs, there's a number of factors that they may prioritize. So this really expands on those factors. For investors that are shorter term, maybe traders, they may still prioritize the liquidity of QQQ. Investors that are fee sensitive, maybe longer term holders, we think they may prioritize things like QQQM. And then again, folks that are looking to get exposure across the capitalization spectrum, participating in the mid-cap names, we think that QQQJ is going to ultimately meet the need there. And then again, mutual fund for defined contribution. It's really about, again, all types of investors participating.
And John, what effect will the Innovation Suite have on investors?
So it's about simplicity, flexibility, convenience. And it's not just a play on the technology sector. There are ways to get tech exposure if that's what investors are looking for. This is about innovation and companies using technology to disrupt their industries. That's the common thread here with this. And so whether it's the self-directed investor, buying a single share, a large institutional client allocating for a long period of time, this is about bringing all of those investor types together and ultimately, creating efficiency that will accrue to the end investor.
Our partnership with Invesco has been moving investors to greater access to markets and our indexes for more than a decade now. And we're really excited about establishing, growing this partnership with Invesco and providing more choice, for investors. The Invesco Innovation Suite expands the ecosystem of Nasdaq 100 products to reach investors that haven't necessarily had the opportunity to tap into this innovation, into this engine of innovation in the vehicle of their choice. The Innovation Suite also provides an important new exposure with access to the Nasdaq Next Gen 100 Index, which is measuring the performance of the next generation of Nasdaq listed companies, which are essentially the 100 non-financial largest companies outside the Nasdaq 100, with companies such as Lyft, Zscaler, and Roku.
Sean, will this democratize the markets?
Yep. This will certainly continue the efforts that we've had ongoing of expanding market access, and lowering barriers. for mainstream investors to gain exposure to the world's most innovative companies. Now, the Nasdaq 100, has always delivered exposure to the types of innovative companies that are well positioned to capitalize on transformative growth on the world stage.
And finally, Sean, why are Nasdaq and Invesco expanding their partnership in this way?
Well, Nasdaq is continuing to see demand for low-cost products across the board. It also see increased demand for access to the Nasdaq 100. And as we see the continued kind of increase of individual investors becoming involved directly in the market, that is continuing to evolve. So we want to do our part to meet these demands and help investors access innovation in a transparent, low-cost way. And we have no better partner in the marketplace to do that with than Invesco.
Yeah, and I would pick up on that, Sean. I think through the years, we've continued to strengthen our partnership between Invesco and Nasdaq, working together on products like the Dorsey Wright Suite, which we came together on in 2005, our innovative bullet shares and defined maturity ETFs, a growing range of defined outcome investments there that started back in 2012. And our partnership today includes 82 ETFs listed on NASDAQ with more than $165 billion in assets under management. So tremendously excited to extend this partnership today and continue to grow together and help investors achieve their goals.
All right, Sean and John, thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thanks, Jill.
Thanks for having us.